Hello, Sports fan. This is Stephen Hill of Sports Choice Plus. I'm bringing you a very special breakdown. I'm going to be covering the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Los Angeles Chargers. Before I get right into that, I want to make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel so you can get all the updates and all the breakdowns. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Looking at this week's matchup, you saw how Baltimore lost that football game. I feel like, personally, Baltimore did not run the football enough with Derrick Henry. You have Derrick Henry for a reason. He's your workhorse. He's your tailback. He's your guy that you can bludgeon the defensive line with. I know it may not be cute, it may not be pretty, but early on, if you break down that defensive line of the Steelers, you continuously put him on that line and essentially have him attack that line. In the fourth quarter, they're not going to want to tackle Derrick Henry. I know that sometimes Lamar Jackson struggles against him. He had his case of fumbles. He had his case of not being effective in this game, but you can't put the full game on Lamar Jackson. There was opportunities for the defense to make plays where they missed them, and you got to think about this. They should have won that game against the Steelers. Looking at the Chargers almost gave the game back to the Bengals. Even though they went up big in the first half, they took their foot off the gas pedal like we know the Chargers normally do, and we've seen in past where they've coughed up large leads. Essentially, Joe Burrow and company came back. They literally came almost hair within winning, but you saw how they were able to run the football and score late. But from the standpoint, I think that this is going to be a slobber knocker. I think that Harbaugh is going to want to prove that he can run the football in this one. I think that you got running back by committee with the Chargers, and you've got Derrick Henry on one side. I think you have to be effective and very intentional if you're Baltimore. Yes, I know Lamar Jackson can be an MVP and throw the ball. Yes, I know he can do all these things from the pocket, but sometimes you just have to set him free. Sometimes you have to get Lamar Jackson on those edge where those numbers are, have him race against a corner, have him race against a linebacker, and I like his chances to get to the next level. I like Derrick Henry's chances to wear down the defense in the first half to where it's soft in the second half. Yes, you want to get your receivers involved. Yes, you want to show your arm strength and you want to show that you got zip and all these things if you're Lamar Jackson, but sometimes you just got to win the game. The formula to winning the game sometimes is just fundamentally sound and playing how Lamar Jackson plays. Sometimes it's backyard football. Sometimes it's nobody's open, I'm going 15 yards. Nobody's open, I'm going 10 yards. I'm going 6 yards, 7 yards. And that's what's going to keep the defense honest, and that's what's going to keep them on their heels. Not just trying to prove that you can pass from the pocket with a perfect passer rating. You have to move around. You have to get around. The Chargers defense is not as great as the Steelers, but they still make plays. You saw they blitzed Joe Burrow from several different angles. You saw how they were able to use different players, different formations, different schemes. Yes, you saw Joe Burrow get out the pocket a couple of times, but sometimes they also got to him as well when he threw the ball or sometimes when he didn't throw the ball. So you want to be careful if you're Baltimore. You want to pick your poison. If your offensive line isn't up to par to what you want as far as blocking, you want to make sure you're getting Lamar Jackson out of there quickly, and you don't have to do a lot of 7-step drops or 5-step drops. Go from the shotgun. Make sure that Lamar is comfortable. Make sure he can see it perfectly, and he can get the read and go. So I like Baltimore in this one. I think they're going to bounce back well. I think they're going to play like the Baltimore Ravens that we know. I like the signs of life that I saw from the defense late against the Steelers. I like Marlon Humphrey. I like how they're able to fight and still get people fits on defense, even though the defense isn't what it used to be as a lockdown defense. I like the Baltimore Ravens in this one in a very close matchup where Harbaugh versus Harbaugh. So all you Baltimore Ravens fans, all you Chargers fans, get in the comment section below. Definitely check out Sports Choice Plus, and we'll see you in the next episode.